had to move the audio track about 4 minutes, because there's about a 4-minute difference from when I turn on the camera to when I turn on the
I
audio.
guess it had to start somewhere.
So I had to,
Yeah.
I saw him
At
go
least
down
they
the
got
street the other
started.
day. Huh?
At least they got started.
Yeah. I saw him go down the street the other day with a saw, they were cutting that line down through there. I guess all that
They've been
comes
doing a
out.
lot of sawing.
Yeah, sure that'll come out all the way up to the wall. Are they taking walks out or not?
sidewalks.
They are?
Yeah, all the way up to the buildings. They cut as close to the buildings they can get. The rest of them are gonna have to come in by hand and get it up.
I didn't know, I'd never seen anything on it.
Yeah, they're all coming out and they're gonna have like a 1.5 degree decline towards the road for stormwater management.
Yeah.
And they're gonna put stormwater drains up and down the road.
Mhm. I
Feeding
noticed
into
they've
the
been
existing
working on
ones.
them.
Hmm?
I noticed they've been working on those drains.
Yeah, they were, when they put it all in, it's supposed to look pretty and all this stuff, so they're gonna have to put different tops and everything on them, but the drains they're gonna put down through here are gonna feed into those.
Is Richard on this? Marsh?
No.
No. Cause he said.
Edward and Rachel, I think, were the only
He's
other
on the
two.
next one.
It's now 6:30, I'm gonna start on time. Open the meeting, review the minutes here at the bottom. If you have any questions about those? If not, I'd entertain a motion to accept them.
I don't give a vote.
I know, I'll wait for them to be looking at them. I have a motion by Commissioner Jewell to accept the minutes. I need a second. Got a second by Shane Burton. Next thing we've got is to elect the officers. First thing we need to do is elect the chair. We'll open the floor for nomination of chair, Mr. Jewell.
I nominate Gary Ford.
A motion and a second to elect Gary Ford. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any motion for nominations to cease by Mr. Jewell and second by Ms. Jones? All in favor, let me know by saying aye. Floor is now open for vice chairman.
Who was vice chair? Chair?
David Noller was before.
Is he on the committee now?
No.
He's not on here now. I'll accept the nomination. Everybody's here but Amber. Amber's on it. Mr. Joe.
Nominate Mr. Burton.
I'll second.
Mr. Burton has been nominated and seconded. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Motion's nomination cease. By Ms. Rachel, second by Mr. Jewell. All in favor of electing, Mr. Shane, let me know, raising your right hand. It's almost unanimous. Shane, you will be the vice chairman.
Thank you.
Need a secretary, Mr. Joe.
Nominate Rachel Jones. as
Ms. Jones has
secretary.
been, yes,
Second.
second by Shane. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Motion nominations cease. by someone, Mr. Jewell, second by Mr. Burton. All in favor of Ms. Jones being the secretary, let it go on saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Did you vote for yourself, Rachel? I didn't hear you.
That was-
Aye,
That was painless.
You turn over on the backside, we'll run through these right quick. Happy Place, I assume that's the people that's doing their custodial work,
Yes, sir. And that's a contract service.
okay? And I believe you said it was being done cheaper than it was before, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's about $750 cheaper than when we had a full-time person. And we got two for that price.
Very good. Parks.
There's also contract service for the IT services for the county.
Okay. And there's Old Faithful, AT&T again. We have to keep them because the sheriff's connected to them, aren't they?
The sheriff and courts, that's done through
And
the state.
courts.
And they were gonna require you to maintain a landline for security purposes. And
Right. I remember that from before. Yeah, let's see. Elmore's Classic Ford.
This was expenses to replace the floor at the health department. The tiles had started to peel up and there was starting to be a danger with small children in there. The state, we normally pay the state quarterly, and they agreed to let us withhold that for 2 quarters to pay for the flooring, so
Okay.
that's basically,
I'd also like to state that was a first quarter expense and not a second quarter.
Okay.
Have they done it yet?
yeah, it's been replaced.
Oh, okay.
So what you're saying, you paid for half of it?
They
Paid for all of it?
paid for all of it.
Okay.
Let us withhold the funding that would have been equal to the amount of doing the floor.
Okay.
I think that was done, well, November, beginning of November, somewhere around there. It's been done for a while.
Is that Elmore and LaFayette? Is that who's doing that?
Yeah.
That's who I thought was on that. Horsenick Medical?
This is the cost for the autopsies.
Yeah.
We have been reimbursed by Core Civic for that. That was probably 6 autopsies totaling $11,250.
So they said they were gonna do it in one of our meetings, probably back in November, so I guess they've done it by now then. But we still holding their money. I think I saw some in our budget line that we're still holding that.
Yes, sir.
That's been for months now.
Years,
A year?
over a year. I mean, it's been about 2 or 3 years.
And the state won't release it.
I have not gotten any instructions.
I think I brought that to Mr. Washburn's attention every time we've had a meeting, and he says he's gonna take a look at it. I guess we're drawing interest on it, aren't we?
I just wish you'd quit worrying about it.
Ultimately, until the state tells us we can release it, we have no control over it.
Well, I think I mentioned that to him.
Okay. I mean, they're aware of it. I wonder if they didn't try to have a little bit in there for a cushion if it went, so that it never went to 0 or below.
That's
something.
possibly why nothing's been done with it.
You know, they were on there on TV again last night. The governor cracking down somewhat on them, and they were one of the ones that's mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
And every one of them, it seems like not only here, but everywhere, they can't get enough officers to work. That seems to be their big problem. Well, it's institutional wholesale. That's the jail.
Yes, sir.
Hey! I guess that's running about like it's been running, isn't it? Let's see.
It's
first
actually-
one was 10.
It's actually a little over, but that's due to the overcrowding in the jail. The more inmates you have, the more you have to feed them.
You gotta feed them, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Interstate billing services?
This was to do repairs on one of the solid waste trucks. We had to do, basically replace an engine in it.
The garbage truck?
Yes, sir.
Have they got it back?
They have got it back.
Think it's okay?
I think they had another issue with it, unconnected to the engine or anything. I think Cliff was looking at it, he thinks it might be a clogged filter.
Dr. Carey's been busy.
This is also a contract service for providing medical services at the jail, and comes with, they also do employee, pre-screening for employees as well.
So it's not just for the inmates then.
No, he provides a range of services for the jail.
Okay. Kimberly Horn,
That's to do the engineering services for the park master plan, and that's a grant money, so that's flow through.
Local Government Corporation,
That's the software services for the trustee's office. Just about most of the people under the mayor have access to it, and that's where they keep track of all your revenues and expenditures and other items.
what are they out of, Rick?
I think it's a Tennessee corporation, isn't it?
Well,
It's, I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, Mr. Jewell, wasn't it like a bunch of local governments or local officials went together and started this specifically for local governments to have software services, and that's why it's called Local Government Corporation? Because they felt like they were being overcharged for software services, so they started their own company to offer those services.
Mid-South Emergency Equipment,
This is the,
Emperor's Rock.
yes, sir, the new fire truck.
Did we pay that in full or did it?
Yes.
Did it come in with the equipment on it that we wanted?
It came in with certain equipment on it that had to be mounted. There was other things like hoses and ladders and axes and that kind of stuff. They equipped it later, but all the big equipment, the pumps and all that was already on the vehicle.
Harmon Energy LLC.
Yeah, this is the fuel for the county vehicles.
What do we have on that now?
Well, the schools are on it, but they reimburse us.
Yeah.
We have the schools, the highway department, just about anybody that uses a vehicle that belongs to the county is on it, and then the 101 charges each fund individually and gets reimbursed from it.
Reagan Smith Streetscape Project.
So that's contract services. That is the engineering firm that's overseeing the streetscape project.
Rachel, if you, Mr. Horton, or any of you have any questions on any of this stuff, speak up. Reaction distributed.
I do have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Going back to the, Dr. Terry's and the employee drug screening in
Mhm.
prison. You know, I guess that's dependent upon their turnover. Is that run about the same each time, or is that an increase or,
Well, this is for the county jail,
the county jail?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so it just depends on their staffing, and then they do some things regularly, and a lot of that expense is the medical costs for the prisoners.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just the employees they also do services for the prisoners and whatnot as well.
And it's not just the jail employees, it is the county employees as well.
Reaction distributing.
This was a new compactor up at the convenience center that was purchased. That was, I think we budgeted 70,000, it came in at 27. And that was just a one-time expense, so that won't be reoccurring.
That won't come back in, right?
Nope, that was paid for and done unless in the future we order another one.
Is that the one over to New Land, the landfill?
Yeah, if you drive into the convenience center, it's the one on the far left.
Yeah. I talked to him the other day, and when I was with Richard, I asked him why they couldn't put the cardboard in the middle so you could get to it from either one of them. Looks like they could do that, cause
That
now
was
you gotta
something-
walk over to the other one and put cardboard.
Right,
in.
that's something Cliff and I are looking to do, but there's other improvements we wanna do at the same time. Want to go in there and smooth that out, pave it and everything around those compactors and make it a little bit more user-friendly for people coming out, but that is something we discussed, because that gives you, I think that'll give you 2 cardboard lanes and 4 household trash lanes overall.
We will. Rescue one,
And this was a bid that was put out for rescue equipment. And that was a one-time expenditure. It was only in the first quarter, not the second quarter.
This next one's a ditty. Smith County Solid Waste.
That's the tipping fee for the landfill. But if you look, it did go down from the first quarter, a few $100s, but
That's a whole bunch of money going up there.
yes, sir.
$187,000 a year if it stays at this rate. Did they give us any kind of a timeline on how long they would let us keep that rate? They didn't. So we're afraid you'd say.
I think it just depends on the expenditures and everything they've got.
That's 18,000 more than last year. How does that compare to what we had budgeted for?
Well, we went up on the rate.
Well,
What?
I know,
I don't remember how much it was $3 or $4.
We're under, I think right now we're under 50% for the year, so yeah, we budgeted over, so I think we're still. I can't remember the exact amount off my head, I don't know. But I think it's like 46, 47%.
Okay.
How much did they go up this last time? $3 or $4?
I think it was 2017 or 18 budget year. I think they went up from 34 to 37.
Yeah, that's when I said keep reading. T&K Construction landfill project.
This is the contractor that's doing the remediation project at the landfill.
They still waiting for it to dry up?
Every time, it keeps raining, and it's the access road mainly. It's not really the landfill itself. That's pretty much been capped, and they were doing some drainage improvements and everything at the site. It's just the access road where you got those heavy equipment coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have, surprisingly, it didn't have as much base under it as everyone thought it did. And it's rutted out really bad.
What
The
do
heavy
they
equipment.
intend to do to that? Just smooth it out and gravel it?
Well, they're gonna put it all back over. We discussed, what kind of vehicle's gonna be going over there. Unless there's another remediation project, there's never gonna be heavy equipment like that going on again. It's gonna be pickup trucks and tractors. And so what we're gonna do is put it all back over. They've given us, the county, the gravel, and then the highway department's gonna put about 6 inches of gravel out there because they won't, by the time it gets set up really good, they're gonna be off to another project, and this is kind of what we come to get it done.
So have they been paid in full?
They have not yet, they're not completed the project, they're still waiting for it to get to where they can move the soil back on and really fix up the access road before they leave the site.
Or do you have any idea right now how that's gonna come in? Is it gonna be anywhere near what we expected?
Well, the contract rate, I think, it was 644, I think is what the estimate was, and the contract rate was 473. So it might come in just a little bit under that.
Well, we'll still have to split that with the state, is that right?
Yeah, that's what the grant is, a 50-50, so we'll split that, but
Our original figure was what, 622?
I think it was 644,
644.
somewhere around in there.
That's probably right. I'm thinking 22, but that's 322.
Yes,
Would've been
322 and
930.
216
So we're
is what the
gonna
grant
come out
went
a
up
little
to.
cheaper than we actually thought then. That's good.
Well, when it started, we were looking at the full 644.
Yes. Triad Environment,
That is
still
the,
a landfill.
yes, so that is the engineering firm that's doing the engineering services for the landfill remediation project.
Okay. Clark County Electric.
It's just electricity for all the county buildings, the street lights, and
How's that running with last year? I don't think I've got anything on that.
A little low.
well, the second quarter last year was total from the first two quarters last year. I think it was 93,956, and this year it's 101,993.
Did
But
we
that
have
was-
an increase sometime last year?
Well, we also found there was an issue at the Justice Center that was, one of the systems was running continuously, and I think we've got that fixed, and after that, we saw the electric bill did go down a little bit. As you can see, the first quarter versus the second quarter is actually down. First quarter is 56,283, and the second quarter is 45,710.
And it's showing an improvement, all right, maybe it's staying a little longer. Track County EMC fiber.
This is the internet services for the county.
Broadband,
Yes, sir.
do you know, have an update on that? Do you know where they are on that?
The last update I've gotten is they were coming into the middle part of the county to doing, they're gonna try to do as much as they can of what was left. And I think they were in the final stages of running the backbone and getting ready to do the drops.
Thank you, Rick. That includes everything that we've got on our chart tonight to look at. Any questions from any member at this point in regards to any of this? If not, I'd entertain a motion to accept, as was presented to us. Ms. Jones, you making a motion? Need a second, guys. Mr. Jones, second. Any discussion on it? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn by whom? Mr. Burton, second by Ms. Rachel. All in favor say aye. All right, we is done with this, guys.